May we proceed, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good evening, one and all. Am I audible, sir, clearly?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. Good evening, one and all. I welcome you all in this last day of 3-day workshop on soft skills development. It is a joint venture by Gondia Education Society's J.M. Patel Arts, Commerce and Science College, Bhandara, and MSP Mandal's Sri Shivaji College, Pune. The credit goes to the dynamic principals of both the college, Dr. Vikas Dhamne sir from Bhandara College and Dr. B. Zado sir from Sri Shivaji College, Pune. Dear friends, as we all know it very well, that this was a 3-day workshop on soft skills development. So on the first 2 days, we had very eminent speakers. On the first day, we had the privilege to have Dr. Sangeeta Chitturu ma'am from Tata Institute of Social Sciences. She dealt with effective communication skills for successful life. On the second day, we had Dr. Vikram Pandit sir from H.V. Desai College, Pune. His topic was how to make an effective presentation. Today, we are very fortunate to have Dr. Shilpagauri Prasad Ganpule ma'am from Professor Ramkrishna More College, Pune. And the topic that she is going to deal with is developing the leadership in you. Dear friends, soft skills is a buzzword, a keyword in today's age. And the topic that ma'am is going to deal with today is very essential from all points of view. So first of all, before beginning, I offer a verbal welcome to all the dignitaries, participants, and our esteemed resource person, Dr. Shilpagauri Ganpule ma'am. Dear friends, after having a verbal welcome on this virtual meeting, the first thing that we need to do is a welcome address. And I request the IQSC coordinator of Sri Shivaji College, Pune, Dr. Rohidas Nitonde sir, to offer a welcome address. Dr. Rohidas Nitonde sir.
Thank you, Dr. Gitekar sir. Honorable Professor Shilpagauri Ganpule ma'am, the resource person for today's session, the IQSC coordinator of J.M. Patel College, Dr. Karthik Panikar sir, my colleague, Professor H.S. Jagtap sir, Dr. Ganesh Chalindrawar sir, all the faculty members from both the colleges, and dear students. Indeed, it's a great pleasure to interact with the budding young students, those who are either graduating or post-graduating from both the prestigious institutions at the two ends of the state. I, on behalf of MSP Mandal Sri Shivaji College, its principal, Dr. Balasaheb Jadhav sir, who had been busy today in the university work, and that's why on his behalf, I am talking with you. So you all know that both the institutions, J.M. Patel College, Bhandara, and Sri Shivaji College, Pune, though we are from the different parts of the state of Maharashtra, but our joint venture and particularly the requirement of the students, those who want to compete themselves globally, they are the same. थोडक्यात सांगायचं झालं तर आपण भंडाऱ्यात आहोत का परभणीत आहोत, दोन्ही जिल्ह्याची ठिकाणं आहेत. महाराष्ट्रात तसं बघितलं तर इंटेरियर पार्ट आहेत. आज आपल्यासोबत गणपुळे मॅडम आहेत, ज्या की खरं तर जागतिक कीर्तीच्या विद्वान आहेत, आज आपल्यासोबत आहेत. सो स्टुडंट्स, यू नो दॅट इट डझंट मेक अ डिफरन्स इफ यू वर्क जेन्युइनली वेअर यू आर. म्हणजे स्थान महात्म्य जरी असलं एखाद्या ठिकाणाचं, तरी सुद्धा आपण ग्रामीण भागात आहोत, खेड्यापाड्यांमध्ये राहतो आहोत, परंतु आपली स्पर्धा ही अगदी जगाशी आहे. आणि जगाच्या स्पर्धेमध्ये जर उतरायचं असेल आपल्या मुलांना, तर आपल्याला त्या मुलांना अगदी जगप्रसिद्ध किंवा ज्यांना जगाच्या कानाकोपऱ्यात मान मिळतो, बाहेरून ज्यांना निमंत्रण येतात, असे आपल्यातले काही रत्न आहेत, तर त्यांची आणि तुमची भेट घालून देणं हे नक्कीच दोन्ही महाविद्यालयाच्या प्राचार्यांचं आणि प्रशासनाची जबाबदारी बनते. आणि म्हणून तुम्ही बघतायत की मागच्या 3 दिवसापासून आजचा आपला 3रा दिवस आहे. या 3ही दिवसांमध्ये आपण ताकदीचे, तोलामोलाचे वक्ते तुमच्या समोर आणलेले आहेत. एकीकडे आम्ही फक्त असं कागदावर राहायला नको की आपल्या विद्यार्थ्यांमध्ये आपण जागतिक दर्जाच्या क्षमतांचा विकास करतो आहोत, परंतु खरंच प्रत्यक्षात तशा क्षमतांचा विकास होण्यासाठी जे वातावरण लागतं ते वातावरण आपण देऊ शकू का, हे आमच्या समोरचं आव्हान आहे. आणि त्या दृष्टीने आम्ही प्रयत्न करतो आहोत. आपण ग्रामीण भागात आहोत, आपल्याकडे संपर्काची साधनं नाही आहेत, म्हणून महनीय व्यक्ती आपल्यापर्यंत फिजिकली येऊ शकत नाहीत. परंतु या लॉकडाऊनमध्ये आणि व्हर्च्युअल जगाचा शोध लागल्यापासून आपण खूप भाग्यवान आहोत. आज आपण बघतोय की जी वक्ते आपण आता बोलवतो आहोत, आज उदाहरणार्थ आपल्या शिल्पागौरी मॅडम आहेत, त्यांना जर आपण म्हणालो असतो की तुम्ही प्रत्यक्ष परभणीला किंवा भंडाऱ्याच्या कॉलेजला याल का, तर त्यांच्या व्यस्त कार्यक्रमांमधनं त्यांना एवढं शक्य झालं नसतं की 1 किंवा 2 दिवस त्यांनी आपल्यासाठी काढणं. परंतु व्हर्च्युअलचा फायदा आहे की आपल्याला अशी महनीय व्यक्ती पाहुणे म्हणून मिळतात. सो on this occasion, I think now it is high time for us to hone our skills, to develop ourselves. And you know, students, we are in 21st century, and 21st century is demanding some its own skills from the young aspiring graduates. आता तुम्ही जेव्हा दीक्षांत समारंभात दीक्षा घेऊन बाहेर पडाल, तेव्हा तुमच्यावर जी मोहर लागणार आहे, जयम पटेल कॉलेज भंडाऱ्याची असो किंवा श्री शिवाजी कॉलेज परभणीची असो, तर तेव्हा तुमची जी ही मोहर आहे ती स्पष्टपणे जॉब मार्केटमध्ये पण दिसली पाहिजे, तुमच्या वागण्या बोलण्यामध्ये, जगण्यामध्ये सुद्धा दिसली पाहिजे. आपलं जगणं समृद्ध झालं पाहिजे. अँड फॉर दॅट पर्पज we are always trying to get the eminent resource persons, those who have proven themselves as the agents of change in the lives of the thousands of students. And one of the resource persons is our today's esteemed guest, Professor Shilpagauri Ganpule madam. See, students, in the first day itself, we have discussed elaboratively on how to communicate effectively. So, to have a dialogue with yourself and your friends and the community around you is what we expect you from communication. After communicating your ideas and getting from others, the next thing is presentation. So in our last session yesterday, we have also learned many tips from our yesterday's resource person, Dr. Pandit sir, about presentation. Once you are able to communicate with others, you know how to present yourself, then there comes the lot of followers. People start following you, and when somebody follows you, then it is the beginning of acceptance of your leadership. Today, we have aptly the commendable resource person as well as significant topic. And in today's session, you will be learning a lot about developing leader in you. If you take today's class seriously, I would certainly assure you that the next day you would be able to find a leader in you and some followers would be easily identified. Once again, on behalf of both the organizing institutions, I welcome our today's guest and wish my dear students best of luck for learning from the master's stroke. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you very much, sir, for this welcome address. Now, all the participants may be very eager to know about the overall work and resource person, Dr. Ganpule ma'am. So, without any delay, I invite the TPO of our Shivaji College Parbhani, Professor Dr. H.S. Jagtap, to introduce our resource person. Over to you, Dr. Jagtap, sir.
Just a minute, sir. We need to wait for a minute.
as both the organizing colleges have found that the number of the participants is quite good. And because of that reason, perhaps in future also, one more thing that both the organizing colleges have understood from this workshop, that the participants are very eager to have an interaction with the resource persons. They have so many questions, so many queries regarding the topics, and perhaps they don't find the answers, proper answers and proper guides also to give the satisfactory answers to these questions that they have in their minds. And because of that reasons also, we had a flood of questions in the chat box during last 2 days. Perhaps today also we shall have the same experience. So I hope that both the colleges and the organizing committee will surely take note of this thing, and we shall request our resource persons also to spare some more time on this interactive session and allow the students and the participants to have the question answer session in detail, so that the queries that they have in their minds, lingering in their minds, will get satisfied through this program. And I think, and I hope, and I'm sure that that will be the real success of this workshop. So in our further future ventures, we shall surely take note of that. We shall surely take care of that thing. Uh, as Dr. Nitonde sir was speaking about this virtual meeting and the blessings that we have received by means of that, uh, really, though the COVID-19 pandemic had done a lot of destruction, but if we think about the positive aspects of that, surely we can come to know that the virtual learning has increased a lot during last 2 years, especially because of this pandemic condition. The participants, the students, the learners were not able to attend physically so many things, so many programs, so many courses. But by means of this virtual learning, it could become possible for all to get access to learning. And we are quite fortunate to learn from such kind of esteemed guests who were perhaps not possible to join us in our ventures. It was quite difficult for them also to spare some time and to reach such remote areas by sparing the time. Uh, I think there is some technical glitch. Because of that reason, uh, our TPO, Training and Placement Officer, Dr. Jagtap sir is, yes, now he has joined. Yes. Now, I request the Training and Placement Officer of our Shri Shivaji College, Parbhani, Professor H.S. Jagtap sir, to introduce to the resource person of today's program, Dr. Jagtap sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. It is a great pleasure to introduce today's resource person, Dr. Shilpagauri Prasad Ganpule, madam. She is a MA, MPhil, PhD set, and presently she is working as a professor and coordinator, Research Center for MPhil and PhD in English, Professor Ramkishan College, Pune. Hello.
Yes, sir. Please continue, sir.
Okay. Okay. She is a principal investigator for Hedra Research Associate Austin, Vienna's use project, COVID-19, and lexicogrammars of pen. She is a former member of the Academic Council and Faculty of Humanities, Savitribai Phule, Pune University. She is a co-editor of Language Literature, an online international peer-reviewed journal. She successfully completed courses at Harvard University, Arizona State University, and Catalyst USA. She received the Best Research Paper Award in the international conference held in Colombo, Sri Lanka. Dr. Ganpule Madam took the initiative in making collaboration between the Department of English of her college and Hong Kong Polytechnic University, Hong Kong, and conducted business English through animation course. She presented papers and chaired a session in the international conferences held in Hong Kong, Sri Lanka, Mauritius, United Kingdom, Switzerland, Singapore, Russia, Italy, Indonesia, Thailand, United Arab Emirates, and France. She has written 6 books, edited 8 books, and published more than 70 research papers in international journals and books. She has taken initiative in the production of teaching material for the visually impaired students of Bachelor of Arts, Savitribai Phule, Pune University since 2012. She is a motivational speaker and freelancer writer who has published many articles in the Indian Express, Daily Sakal, and Daily Lok Satta. As a research supervisor of Savitribai Phule Pune University, 11 students have successfully completed MPhil and PhD under her able guidance. She is a recipient of many awards, 6 international conferences, and 1 state level seminar were successfully organized under her able leadership. A contribution to the world of Rotary, she joined the Rotary Club Chinswad in 2001. She held different positions ranging from service project director, youth director to vocational director. She got the best Rotarian award and best director award many times. She organized free hemoglobin checkup camps, rubella vaccination camps, Rotary youth leadership camps, soft skill development programs. She is working in RID, Rotary International Districts 3131 since 2014 in different committees, namely Women in Rotary, Public Image Committee, and Literacy Committee as a zonal chairs and coordinator. She received the special award for her outstanding work in Women Rotary and Literacy Committee by the district governors. Her poem was appreciated by the Rotary International President Kalyan Banerjee. She is the president of Rotary Club Chinswad, Pune, RID 3131, India. In its silver jubilee year, she was felicitated at the hands of RI President Rotarian Shekhar Mehta for 100% API Club on 19 July 2021. She got an award of a 5-star president at the hands of PRID RTN Kamal Sangvi, the RI Chair membership for Women membership growth on 29th August 2021. She initiated 1 Interact Club and 1 Rotary Community Corps. She is a member of different RI fellowships, namely International Fellowship of Rotary Educators, Rotarian Action Group for Peace, Cadre Peace Building and Conflict Prevention. She is the founder of the fellowship, namely Rotary Think Tank, poets, writers, speakers, bloggers, and more. So this is the brief introduction of Professor Dr. Shilpagauri Madam. The more we will get through her presentation and talk. Now I request Professor Shilpagauri Madam to guide and motivate our students for overall development. Now over to Dr. Shilpagauri Madam.
Thank you. Am I audible to all of us, all of you?
Yes, madam.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Firstly, I would like to thank all the members involved in this beautiful project. Shivaji College, Parbani, and J.M. Patel College, Bhandara. And obviously, all the dignitaries present here. And obviously, my beloved students who have been gathered here for this wonderful 3 days workshop. I really appreciate and the what should I say, the initiative of these two colleges to conduct this wonderful workshop on soft skills. Soft skills, actually, the compere, he has already explained in brief the importance of soft skills in today's globalized world. No doubt soft skills are important, and the way to successful life is through soft skills. And that's why globally soft skills are acknowledged and the significance of soft skills is felt. And that is why today the organizers felt the need of organizing this particular workshop on soft skills. So I congratulate all the organizers for organizing this particular topic, a workshop on this topic, which is the most important topic in today's world. Today, the topic that I have chosen is developing the leader in you. If you really want to be happy in life, see, what is the end of our life? What is the ultimate end of anyone's life? To be happy, to be peaceful, isn't it? So how can we be happy? And how can we be peaceful? See, happiness out of peace is long lasting. How can we be happy and how can we be peaceful? See, when we are successful in life. And what is the definition of success? Success means whichever profession we are into or whatever job we are doing, we have to do our best. We should be good to our profession, in our professional life, and we should contribute in our own little ways to the growth of that particular institution. If I'm a professor, I'm working in a college, then my efforts should be such, my actions should be such that they will, contribute to the growth of my students. Just now, your teachers, your professors, and the principals of both the colleges and the ACVAC sales, they have organized this particular course. Why? Because they want you to be successful in life. They are contributing to the college, to their students' lives by organizing this workshop. So, whichever profession you are, having, and whichever job you are doing, you should contribute to your institution. And how can you contribute? When you do something different, when you have the leadership qualities. Yes. So today's topic is developing the leader in you. Now, a leader is a person who makes not only his life happy, but he also makes others' lives happy. Okay. So the ultimate end of our life is happiness. Happiness can be achieved by becoming successful in life. We can be successful in life if we lead our life confidently. So today's topic is developing the leadership qualities. The leadership qualities not only help us to grow in our personal life, but the leadership qualities also help us to, develop and progress the place where we are working in. Okay, so I just want to ask you a simple question, and I want you all to write in the chat box, what do you mean by becoming a leader, or how can you define a leader? Just write in your chat box, in the chat box, what do you think about becoming a leader, or what are the characteristics of being a leader? Please write in the chat box. Okay, I give you a minute. Please write down in the chat box. You can define what a leader is, number one, or you can write what are the attributes of a leader, what are the qualities that make a person a leader. Okay. Yes? Nobody has written anything? Are you writing still? What is a leader? What are the characteristics of a leader?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Aren't you able to see the chat? It is full. I mean, so many qualities the students have given.
I cannot see the chat box.
Yeah. That is why host and co-host can see.
Okay, now I could get it. Yes. The Sakshi has written that he's a good influencer. Absolutely correct, Sakshi. A leader has to be an influencer because he should influence people. A good leader influences people to do the most positive things in the institution or the organization where he is working. Responsibility. Perfect. He's a responsible person who takes the responsibility of her work, of his or her work. At the same time, he makes other people understand their responsibility and he helps them to shoulder their responsibility. Excellent, Sakshi. Rajat has also said the right thing. Now, good teamwork. Yeah. A good leader is a person who is a good team worker. What is a good team worker? A person who can work in a team, who can lead the team and help them to do their best. Okay, who Archana has written, who is fully developed in all areas, always active, developed in their team and make their team the best. Yes, a good leader, he himself is a developed person, that is, he's very active, he's very positive, and he makes his team do the best. Perfect. Qualities, good communication skills. Absolutely. So Linda Thompson has rightly pointed out that a leader should have good communication skills. See, if the leader does not have the communication skills, then he will not be able to tell his team what to do. He will not be able to direct his team to the right direction, isn't it? So, Linda, that's excellent. Now, Sachin Yevle has written, who works for the upliftment of the community. Yes. First, I would like to say that a leader is a leader who tries to uplift the society, but first, from where he starts right from his place of organization. And then obviously that leads to the upliftment of the community. Chaitali, leader is a person who can handle every small thing. Yes. So a leader, a quality of a good leader is that he is a person who, rather than fighting, he can handle anything and everything in any worse situation. A leader is a person who inspires the team. Yes, he should be an inspirational force. A leader is a person who inspires because he sets an example before the people of his team. Yes, he gives. Sachin has also right. He's a visionary because he gives the team a vision. Now, Mohit has written, yes, actually, we have already discussed that he takes the responsibility in the right way, and obviously, he helps others to take the responsibility. He can handle the committee, he can tackle problems. Then Ruchira says manage conflict situation. Absolutely. Ruchira, you have written the right point that a leader is a person who can manage conflict situations. If there are conflicts, then obviously the organization cannot progress and develop if there are conflicts. and they are internal conflicts. So a leader is a person who can manage the conflicts. A leader who motivates people, yes, absolutely, is a very good motivator. And we are going to touch this point that he's an internally driven motivator. You know, he's inspired from deep within so that he can motivate others. The way you work with your team. Yes, Bhairavi, Aishwarya is a good listener. Oh my God, Aishwarya, you have touched my heart. Yes, this is the basic and the most important thing that see, a good leader is a person, he has to be a good listener. Most of the time, what we observe is that the leaders, they are not ready to listen to what other people are saying. But a good leader is a person, he always listens to others. He's a very good listener. So he first listens, observes things, and then comments. See, why he has to be a listener? Because once he understands the situation, he can understand it only when he is a listener. He can be a good communicator. He can be a good communicator only when he is an influential speaker, but at the same time, he is a good listener. Leader is the person, Sharayu has said, on whom team believes and gives confidence to listen. Wonderful, Sharayu. See, the team has to put in confidence. The team should be confident enough. You know, they should have full faith. They should believe in their leader. They should have full faith in the leader. And this faith has to be achieved by the leader. He has to make his team confident about his leadership qualities. So this is very important. A person who is a manager or in charge of something. Okay, Sumit has said. Okay, so I think thank you so much. I'm so very happy that I have got a. Okay, one more thing. Shishir has said we should encourage strategic thinking, innovation, and action. See, strategic thinking, innovation, and action. Yeah, all these terms they belong to the world of what should I say, the business world. And yes, we should have all these things. But now, what we are going to discuss is what we are going to discuss today is how can the leader achieve all these things. Yeah, Ayush has said a leader is a person who leads his team. Okay, I'll have to just go through. This is into success. Perfect, 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 Ayush. So, with these qualities and traits, the leader takes his team to a greater level. And a leader, he not only progresses himself, but he not only develops himself, but he also develops each and every one who is there in the company. Okay, so these are the qualities of a good leader. So now my next question to you is, you have rightly pointed out, and I'm very happy that I'm amongst you. And let me tell the authorities of Shivaji College and J.N. Patel College, Bhandara, that you have got the most vibrant students. And I would like to say the coordinator of this workshop that initially he said that you belong to the, what should I say, to the rural area and rustic places. But I feel that you are the most vibrant and the most, what should I say, energetic and the most, what should I say, inspired audience here just now. And so I can tell the organizers that, yes, through them and through this audience, many budding leaders are going to, bloom here in Parbhani and Bhandara, and they are going to take these particular places where they belong to a greater height. So thank you so much, because see, you have already made a ground clear to me that you already know the subject. But before going and dealing with the topic, I would like you to write down in the chat box, when I say a good leader, what name? Say, I'm not talking about only about the companies. I'm talking about all walks of life and from all stratas of life. Maybe from Bollywood, maybe from the industry, maybe from any place, or maybe from education, maybe from politics. When I say leader, what name flashes before your eyes? Which name of a person who you think that he is the ideal leader? Just write down the name in the chat box. He can be from politics, he can from social work. Elon Musk. Okay, Tupesh has said Elon Musk. Okay. Anyone else? Yeah, I'll have to, I think, open my chat box. Oh, that's wonderful. Ketan has said, Sharad Pawar, then Chaitali has said, every mother, yes, Ayush, MS Dhoni, Elon Musk, Chandrasekhar Ravan, wow. Then Vikram Sarabhai, Ratan Tata, yes. So when you say leader, all these names get flashed. Yes. Why MS Dhoni? Why Ratan Tata? Why Vikram Sarabhai? Why Sharad Pawar? Why Sakshi felt like writing the name of a mother? Our teachers, just wonderful Sandhya. Sandhya has written teachers, yes. And Tupesh has written, yes, Mahatma Gandhi. So now, thank you so much for giving me these examples. Rather than me giving you examples, I like students giving me the names of the heroes and the leaders they feel. So now my next question is, what do you feel or what is the common quality, one quality that you like from these? Narendra Modi, that's wonderful. Yes, Swati. Yes. What makes them leaders? Actually, you have already told me all the qualities that make them leaders. Now, you already have given me the examples of beautiful persons. And Aishwarya has again written communication skills. Yes. So, what we are going to deal today is, see, now you might have understood that I'm not going to be a speaker and I'm coming here and just, saying blah, 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 blah. So I want you to be participating in this. Ratan Tata for humility. Yes, Lenta, absolutely correct. So what I want you to do here today is, it's not going to be a regular lecture. This is going to be, what should I say, more a kind of dialogue between you and me. And so I'm really enjoying this session because you all are coming up with wonderful answers and beautiful answers and responses. So today, what we are going to deal with is how to develop a leader in you. So, firstly, you might have observed you are very good listeners and you are very good observers. So, we always believe that we teachers, when we enter the class, the moment we enter the class from our body language in 1 or 2 minutes, and the way we start speaking in 2 or 3 minutes max, you students can make it out whether we are going to be your favorite teachers or not, whether you are going to listen to us or not. Yes or no? So once a teacher enters the class, you can understand, isn't it? So in the same way, you might have observed 2, 3 things, that this is not going to be a lecture, this is not going to be a speech, this is going to be an interactive session in the real sense, because this is a soft skills development program. And I'm really very happy. Again and again, I'm, what should I say? I'm praising you, but see, the praise is very important because see, you are giving me responses and we are developing the topic. Yes, and this is how we are going to deal with the topic today. Today's topic, we have dealt already with the characteristics of good leaders, and now we have come up with all the examples of the good leaders in different stratas of the society. So now the third thing, that is introductory part, is over. Now what we are going to do today is, we are going to help ourselves to develop the leadership qualities. The topic of today's presentation is develop the leader in you. LEADER, all capitals. So if you really want to develop the leader in you, the one thing that you have to believe is the belief in your own self. Everything starts from you and everything ends with you. So I believe that every human being who is born on this beautiful earth, who is sent on this beautiful earth, is a leader. The only thing is that some people, they go an extra mile and develop the leader in themselves. So today we are going to see how we can develop the leader, LEADER, all capitals, which is within us, which is hidden within us, to develop him and to make, what should I say, make him visible before the world. Remember one thing, you have to acknowledge and you have to show the world who you are. And for that, you have to develop the leader in you. It is possible. Yes, it is possible. So the first thing, it is said that people can change their lives by changing their attitude towards life. And you have to be a positive person if you want to be a good leader. If you really want to develop yourself as a leader, see, I just want to tell you that leadership is not just about, getting what should I say, getting a higher position in the society. Leadership is not just getting a ticket in politics and becoming an MLA. Leadership is not just getting, to suppose you are leading an organization, you are working in a company and becoming a CEO of it. That is not just being a leader. Leadership is more than that. Leadership means, and being a leader means, taking the responsibility of your life, number one. Number two, taking the people around you with you wherever you are going. Number three, becoming a leader, and being a leader means not only thinking of your own selfish interest, but also thinking of the interest of others who are with you. So these are all the qualities of becoming and being a leader. So we all are we are born on this earth as leaders. So now we will see how we can develop that leadership quality amongst us and in us. So we have to just, that leader is hiding within us, inside us. We have to just take it out. That particular leader, him or her, we have to take him out. So how can we do that? Number one, we can be a leader and we can develop the leadership qualities in us, and we can just take that leader who is hiding deep within out of us by becoming positive. Now, positive attitude means what? Positive attitude means, looking at the things positively. So can anybody tell me what is meant by a positive attitude? See, there are people who make things happen. There are people who watch things happen. And there are people who wonder what has happened. So a leader is one who makes things happen. Okay. So a person who has got a positive attitude towards life and who is a leader, who wants to be a leader, he makes things happen. So don't be, just observers and just go on watching things rather than make things happen in your life. Then a leader is a person who has got a purpose. No, he has got a specific purpose. He is patient. See, how can you develop your positive attitude? If you have a positive attitude, then you can do miracles in life. I can tell you one simple, small story. Alexander Graham Bell, you might have heard of him. He was developing an instrument because his wife was deaf. Alexander Graham Bell, you might have heard of him. See, actually, his wife was deaf, and so he was, searching for, what can I say, a machine with the help of which his deaf wife, can listen to. But what happened? He failed and failed and failed, and instead of inventing, a machine through which his wife can listen to, he, came up with something else. And what is it? Can anybody tell me? Yes? In the chat box, maybe? Do you know what is? Yes, absolutely correct, Shishir. He came up with the invention of a telephone. So the telephone, just now, I got my system got crashed. So I couldn't contact through my desktop. So now I'm, addressing you through my cell phone. That is my mobile. Yes. So thanks to Alexander Graham Bell, because he invented telephone. Now this is mobile phone is a very great and higher version of the telephone. But basically telephone was invented by Alexander Graham Bell. So just positive attitude. With his positive attitude, he came up He just went on in the journey of inventing, rather than inventing a, what should I say, ear machine, he invented the telephone. So you should have a positive attitude. And if you don't have, you have to develop it. Okay. Secondly, there is patience. So many a time what happens, a good leader is, if you really want to be a good leader, you have to increase your patience. Now we observe that the students and the people around us, they have got a very less patience. People are very impatient. They are very eager to give their responses immediately. Yes, so you have to be patient. Can anybody tell me what is meant by patience? Patience. Okay. Anyone? Patience. Because a good leader is a patient. Means he's a patient listener. Anybody? Patience? Yes. Devayani has rightly pointed out patience means being calm. So in whichever situation you what should I say, you face in life, maybe through you are going through adversity, maybe in a difficulty, maybe you face obstacles. If you can remain calm and composed. Now Devayani has written calm. I add one more word there, composed. So if you are composed and calm in the most difficult situations of life, then yes, you are patient. The characteristic of a good leader is he is a composed and a calm and a person having great patience. Now, I give you a small example. There are two friends, Ram and Sham. And yes, Priyanka, we cannot take a question. You can write it in the chat box just now. I will just answer your question there. So there are two friends, Ram and Sham. Okay. And Ram wants to, he wants to go, suppose, to Parbhani. हल्ली लोकांना सगळं पाहिजे धीर सोडून. Yes. Yes, Tupesh, you are actually correct. Lack of patience is the modern trait of modern people in 21st century. And people are really impatient. Now I'll give you a small example. Now I just pick that example and I give another example. You might have come across, that you are going and passing by a road, and suppose I can see Yuvraj Raut. So Yuvraj Raut, he wants to reach home, reach the college fast because he has to attain one examination. And what happens that there are two persons, one particular bike, it somehow what happens, even the person doesn't understand, but he goes and stumbles down. He stumbles down. Because of that, the other person who is just next to him, he also stumbles. And both the persons, they fail and on the ground, and there's a havoc. Now the person who fails, obviously he has actually he is disturbed, but the other person, he gets angry on him and he starts fighting with him. And what is the topic? That you deliberately did it, and I have to go to my office, and because of you, now I will reach late. And so he starts fighting with that guy. Now Yuvraj Raut. Now he has to reach the examination. It's not his fault. These two people, actually, the first person who stumbles down and he's on the ground, that is not his fault because he slips and he falls down. The other person fails because he fails. So actually, it's not his fault also. But now, and the most important, it's not Yuvraj's fault also, because Yuvraj is next to them. He has to appear for the examination. The examination is there in just next 10 minutes. Yes, he has to be there in the college. And now these two persons, the second person starts blaming the first person. And the first person, he also gets impatient because what happens, he knows that it's not his fault. So now either of these persons, the one who fails by mistake and the other who stumbles and gets hit and he also slips, now both of them, they have to show patience, but it's not shown. And just because they don't show patience, what happens? Who is the sufferer? The other person who has to reach to the college. So these things happen. So many a time what happens, that impatience is the reason why you become a bad leader. So if you really want to be a good leader, you have to be very, very patient. So patience is the most important thing that the leader should have. Now, the next thing is that actually we have discussed many things, but I would like to say that a good leader has to develop confidence. He's a very confident person. Actually, many of you have already written that he is confident. Confidence means what? Knowing that you are uncomparable, you are not better than anyone, and you are you yourself. That is confidence. I told you. Whatever qualities God has given you as a human being. See, we are not Michael Jackson. Yes, Michael Jackson, do you know what he did? He had got the inferiority complex. And so he changed the color of his skin. He just changed the whole skin. But we cannot change the color of our skin. So whatever we have to make the most of it. The color of the skin, the height, the facial, what should I say, whatever features we have been given by God, so that they are God given. Yes, so we should be proud to have whatever we have got. And we should carry ourselves. So confidence, that is, so whatever we are, we should be confident. And confidence means what? Confidence means what? See, a good leader is a confident. When you look at Amitabh Bachchan, you always get a feeling that he is very confident. And remember, you always get attracted by people who have got confidence. How can you know that these people are strong? See, number one, they are very strong, perfect, strong belief. They have got strong belief in themselves. They are head up always. But at the same time, they are very humble. You might have come across on YouTube a small video clip in which I think Akshay Kumar. He is shown in that movie hugging a rickshaw driver who is his devotee. So he is very humble. So he comes, he comes to know about a rickshaw driver. You will see this particular video clip on the YouTube. When you surf, you will get it. So he is humble. Akshay Kumar is humble. Yes. So he even, climbs down and he goes and meets the rickshawala, who is a person. Actually, it's okay now. The rickshaw driver doesn't make any change to his life and doesn't make any difference to his life. So it is okay if he doesn't meet him. But he makes it a point, goes on the road, meets this particular rickshaw driver, and gives him the happiest, makes him the happiest person in the world, isn't it? So this is a kind of, he should have a good leader. If you really want to be a good leader, then you should be humble. Now, sometime back, somebody wrote that, gave the example of Narendra Modi as a good leader. Now, Narendra Modi, you know that he is a person who can do anything. Who can do anything means, I think there are some workers who, look after the hygiene of all of us. So he just felicitated all of them. Yes. So it requires, great courage to do all these things. Then the next thing is that, courage. A good leader is a person who has got a great courage. In most difficult situation, what happens? We lose our patience sometimes, or we lose our calm. Why? Because we do not have courage. So a good leader is a person who has got a great courage, perseverance, to be perfect. A good leader has got, what should I say, patience. Then he has got perseverance. Perseverance means what? Doing the thing meticulously, without breaking, just continuing on the journey of whatever work you are doing, just continuing with the same. That is called perseverance. Then precision. Precision is also a good quality of a leader. So you have to be precise in whatever you do. If you have precision, then you can become a good leader. Then next is time management. He's a very good manager of time. कल करे सो आज करे सो अब, पल में परलय होएगा, बहुरी करोगे कब. It is written by the great Saint Kabir. So you have to do. Procrastination is the greatest crime of the 21st century. Procrastination means saying that I will do it tomorrow, I will do it tomorrow. So good leaders, they do not procrastinate. Perfect. Yes, Shishira said, continue doing something and trying. Yes. So procrastination is the greatest crime. So they never procrastinate because, they are the people who are very focused. And so they go on doing. Yes. They are agile. They are confident. And they are, having the policy of win-win. Do you know what is meant by win-win? They are always in win-win situation. Means they not only win themselves, but they also make the team with which they are working win along with themselves. So this is the thing that is very important. And secondly, I was talking about confidence. I was talking about courage. But one most important thing is that these people, these leaders, are very enthusiastic. A good leader, if you really want to develop leadership in you, you should be enthusiastic. Enthusiastic means what? Have a smile on your face. I don't say that have a close-up smile always, okay? Because if you give always a close-up smile, then people will say that there is something, some problem in this particular person, because every now and then he is or she is giving a smile. So is he a lunatic? They wonder. So giving a small sweet smile, it makes a difference. So there's always a smile on the face of a good leader. And number one, the next to it is, he is never arrogant. Do you know what is meant by arrogance? Arrogance means, disgracing people, disrespecting people. So now I'll tell you one example. Then you will understand the concept. Because this is the most important topic of today's session. The good leader is humble, but he is not arrogant. Let me give you an example. There is one company, and in that company, a new manager is recruited. Okay, the manager enters the office, and then he looks at the cabin, he looks at, the beautiful table before him, and then, he touches the table, he touches the chair, and then sits on the chair, and then feels the comfort. And then, he's so proud that he has become the manager of that company. And so now he wants to exert his power because he has become the leader of that company and he has become the manager of the company. So he feels that now let me exercise my power. So what does it does? He blows the button. That is, he just blows the, what should I say, button. And what happens? The pune comes running inside his office. And then he asks, before answering the question to the pune, he says that, why have you come late? And then the pune says, no, just I heard the bell and then I came inside. And then he said, okay, now bring me a glass. He gives a glass of water to the manager, and then he leaves the particular room. Then there is a telephone next to the manager. Then he picks up the phone and uh, again he rings the bell. And the pune comes inside. But when the pune is coming inside, then he's talking on he just takes the receiver and starts talking on the phone. And then he just says all rubbish things to the other person. That is, you are the most irresponsible person I have ever met in my life. And I think that now I'm the manager of this company and I will never accept your procrastination. Henceforward, I want the things to be done in their proper and expected time. And he just goes on and on and on, shouting at the other person. And then he just keeps the receiver down. And then the pune says that, sir, somebody has come to meet you. And then the manager says, okay, who is he? The answer of the pune is very interesting. The pune says that, sir, the telephone is not working for last 8 days. So we invited a person, we asked for a person from the telephone exchange, and he has come to repair the telephone. So now, can you understand the whole situation? He was saying bad things and all. So the telephone was not working, and the Pune already knew it. So can you understand what type of what should I say, image of a leader is there in front of the Pune? He's a very bad leader because he is shouting on the phone, which is not in working condition, and the Pune knows it. So the Pune has understood that he is not going to be a good leader of the company. So a good leader is a person who is very arrogant, and he does not respect people. Yes, 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 Shishir, you are actually correct. So the next quality of leader is he should give respect to people. Many a time what happens when you let yes, Harsha, we will come to your question, say in 5 to 7 minutes. Good leader is a person, he is very humble, and he gives respect to the person next to him. Remember one thing, yes, Ruchira, punctuality will come to it. Give respect, take respect, absolutely. So if you give respect, then only you will get respect. So a good leader is a person who always gives reverence to his followers, to his team members. He respects them. Remember, students, in life, respect everyone and give respect to everyone. If you give respect to others, people will respect you. So I always, I always tell my students that I never shout at my students in my class because I tell them that I am very selfish because see, I cannot take the disgrace of mine from anybody else. So if I cannot take the insult from anybody else, disgrace from anybody else, then the first and foremost thing that I have to do is I have to give respect to others. Somebody rightly pointed out, give respect and take respect. Very nice. Nicely stated what I want to convey. I'm very happy that I'm getting such inputs from you all. So this is, and the thing is that if you really want to be a good leader, you have to accept your own mistake also. Most of the time, what happens, the good leaders, they never accept their mistakes. So you have to gracefully accept the mistake. Somebody talked about punctuality. Now I give you an example. See, I am in a college and say for last 28 years, I'm working there. So being the coordinator of a research center, I never tell my subordinates to come in time. Never. What I do is, being a leader, if my college is at 7:45, I reach the college at 7:30 only. So you have to set an example of yourself. You have to be punctual, number one. The leader has to set an example of himself or herself. You do it. Don't tell people. A good leader never tells and never dictates things to his subordinates. A good leader is one who sets his or her own example. So I don't have to tell my people to come in time, my colleagues. I reach in time so that they also come. Yes, Ketan has rightly pointed out. So this behavior of mine encourages others to join in time, isn't it? So the good leader is, if you really want to develop yourself as a leader, then you have to be punctual. You have to respect time. Then secondly, set an example, be punctual, manage time properly, be courageous, be confident. And the last thing of my discussion today is, because time is up, but still, a good leader is a person who has got great self-esteem or high self-esteem. Do you know what is meant by self-esteem? Anybody? Can you write in the chat box? What is self-esteem? Can anyone tell me? Yes, leader is realistic, yeah. Okay, self-respect, perfect. Actually, आपल्याला वेळ कमी आहे. We have got less time, so what I will do is, I will tell you, but Aishwarya has rightly pointed out self-respect, but self-esteem means your self-concept. Your own self-concept is your self-esteem. Now I give you an example of a farmer so that you will understand. A farmer who planted pumpkins on his land. What he did was he put a small pumpkin hanging by the vine, into a small glass jar. And when the harvest time came, what happened, do you know? It grew exactly equivalent to the size of that jar. So human beings cannot perform beyond the boundaries of their concept. So what I feel is you have to have this high self-esteem. You should consider that what happens usually that we have got an inferiority complex and we say that I cannot do this, I cannot do this. So remember one thing, you have to increase your you should have high self-esteem and you should say that, yes, I can do that. Yes, I can do this. So you have to make some self-proclamations so that you can develop your self-esteem. Now, I will not give you the examples of low self-esteem, but I will just give you the examples of people having high self-esteem. See, people having high self-esteem are good leaders. They care for others. Then they talk about ideas. They never talk about people. They respect authority and they give respect to others. And they never rebel against authority. They're confident. They are assertive. They accept responsibilities. And they're very optimistic. And they do not, what should I say, argue with people, rather they respect people. And now about low self-esteem is a person, who is very aggressive, is very selfish, self-centered. So if you really want to be a good leader, you cannot have low self-esteem. And at all you have low self-esteem, you have to develop your self-esteem into high self-esteem. Because once you have high self-esteem, you will respect other people, you will discuss things with them, you will be sensitive and not sentimental. And this is how you can develop and you can be a good leader. So along with all these things, one thing I just wanted to convey to you is that a good leader is a person. Okay, yes, leader quality is speaking more language. Okay, Tupesh has said. So I just summarize everything by saying that every person who comes on this beautiful earth is a leader himself or herself. But the thing is that it's the leader in you is hidden deep within, and you just have to take that leader out. How can you take that leader out? Is by doing some simple things. That is, you have to believe in your own self. You should have high self-esteem. You should have your high self-concept so that you can grow. Because I gave you the example of that jar and that pumpkin. So you should have an what should I say, high aim in life. You should have a concrete goal in front of you. Then only you can become a leader. Then you should, you should have confidence. You should be patient. You should have patience, perseverance, and precision in whatever you do. You should be punctual. Then you should not procrastinate things. Then you should have a positive attitude towards life. आपण म्हणतो ना, we always say that if there's a half glass full of water, then we say that we can also say that the glass is half glass is full of water. But we can also say if you are positive and if you are a leader, then you will say that the glass is half filled with water and half filled with air. So a good leader is a person who has got a positive attitude towards life. He respects others, so gives respect and takes respect. He is a people on whom people can rely upon. He's a very good team worker, and he does not think just about himself, but he always thinks about everyone who is with him in his team. So that's why he is not selfish, he is not self-centered, but he is a man of courage, an humble person. Then humility is a very great sign of becoming a leader. Then he is very strong. Then he can tackle any situation, and he doesn't lose his calm, and he doesn't lose his composure even though there are obstacles and difficulties. And one more thing, have you heard of Riga principle? Anybody? Yes? No? It's a concept from computer science, garbage in, garbage out. Yes? So you have to follow that garbage in, garbage out. You don't have to let the garbage in. That is, don't allow the negative thoughts to come inside your mind. If at all they come, you just throw them out. That is called Jiva principle. Okay. So you have to be very positive. You have to assert yourself. And remember one thing, life is a precious gift of God. And, man is physically what should I say, the most ill-equipped animal on this beautiful earth or in this universe. He cannot fly like birds. He cannot swim like an alligator. He cannot outrun like a leopard. He cannot climb the tree like a monkey. He can be killed by a tiny little insect. Yes. Then he doesn't have the eye of an eagle, nor does he have the claws or the teeth of a wild cat. But yes, then what is the greatest gift man has got, given by God? He can think. Remember one thing, if you think yourself a good leader, then only you can become a good leader. If you think yourself, if you develop your self-concept or high self-esteem, then only you can be a good leader. The thing is that if you can imagine it, you can achieve it. If you can dream it, you can become it. You have to be, you have to assert yourself. You have to think about it. इरादे नेक हो तो सपने साकार होते हैं, अगर सच्ची लगन हो तो रास्ते आसान होते हैं. If you believe in yourself, then the things are going to happen in your life. Swami Vivekananda, the greatest of the greatest leader in the world, he says, and in his words, Uttishtata Jagrata Prapyavaran Nibodhata, arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached. And what is the goal of our life? What is the goal? The simple goal is we have to just take the leader who is hiding within us out and show the world who you are. And this leader is deep within, and it is you, YOU all caps, who can develop yourself into a good leader by inculcating all the good things that we discussed just now. Yes, so be humble, be caring, and the last but not the most important thing, everything happens in our life. We are responsible for this. Yes, we are responsible. And the thing is that the responsibility we have to shoulder on ourselves. If you really want to be a good leader, you have to become a responsible person. You have to take the responsibility of your development into a good leader on your shoulders. Bandara College and has, these two colleges, they have taken a nice initiative and they have made the trigger on. But now it's your turn. God gives us only one chance. This beautiful life is only given once. So just develop your leadership qualities, be a good leader, set an example so that the world can look at you with awe and wonder. And everybody should feel like following you as a leader. So thank you so much for giving me this wonderful opportunity. Life is a precious gift of God given to us. So make the most of it. My best wishes to you for your beautiful future. And remember, you have to carve your own future. Nothing is difficult in this small little world. Things are difficult because we do not dare to do them. So have that daring, have that courage, have that confidence, have that patience, have that perseverance, have that precision, have that positive attitude, and be a good leader in your life. And by doing so, not only make your life beautiful, but make a smile and bring a smile on the life of all the people who are going to come in contact with you. Thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for such kind of illuminating speech and interaction with the participants. Really, we are all.
You're not audible.
Hello.
Sir, be little louder.
Yes. Am I audible, sir? Am I audible now?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, ma'am, for such kind of illuminating, fabulous speech on leadership development. I am sure that the participants will get highly benefited because of that reason. And we also learned so many things from this speech. Thank you once again. Now, as all the participants may be very eager to raise their questions, so we shall open the question answer session now. The participants may raise their questions.
मला खूप जणांनी कॉमेंट लिहिली की तुम्ही मराठीत बोला, तुमचं मराठी खूप छान आहे. मी ना आता असं करीन, रोहिदास सर आहेत ना, नितोंडे सर मला एकदा मराठीत बोलायला बोलवा बर का. कारण आता कसं झालं की हे इंग्लिश मध्ये असल्या कारणानं मी इंग्लिश मध्ये बोलले. मराठी तर आपली सगळ्यांची मातृभाषा आहे, त्याच्यामुळे आपल्याला छान बोलता येतच. पण मी नितोंडे सरांना सांगेन, मी परत एकदा मराठीत बोलायला येईन सर. कितीतरी जणांनी कॉमेंट लिहिली.
धन्यवाद मॅडम. शेवटी पुणे तिथे काय उणे, ही काही उगीच म्हण नाहीये. आणि त्यात पुन्हा तुम्ही साक्षात शिल्पागौरी गणपुळे, त्याच्यामुळे काही अडचणच नाही. धन्यवाद. आम्ही नक्की पुन्हा एकदा आपल्या मार्गदर्शनाचा लाभ विद्यार्थ्यांपर्यंत पोहोचू. आणि खूप खूप आभार आपले की आपण नेहमी सदैव विद्यार्थ्यांसाठी तत्पर आहात. तरी सुद्धा काही शंका असतील तर आपण इंटरॅक्शन चालू ठेवूयात. थोडासा वेळ असेल आपल्याला तर नक्कीच. ओव्हर टू यू किटेकर सर.
Thank you very much, sir. Participants, if there are any questions, they may raise their questions in the chat box also. Actually, we are running short of time.
Actually, काय झालं, त्यांनी ते खूप means there was a great conversation amongst us. And there was
Yes,
a
sir.
really great dialogue. So I should actually Utkarsha sir and Ganesh sir, I can see all these three people here, and Rohidas sir. Actually, they are very vibrant and they are interactive, and you have just molded them in a very beautiful way. So they are not afraid of anything.
Thank you, ma'am, for all your compliments. I could, I remember that even during the talk, you were always appreciating them. You were so much appreciative, and we feel proud that your words are really encouraging, and they would take it as Ashirvachan for them and march ahead in their career.
Yes. Tupesh has asked me a question, how can I improve my English? तुपेश, सिम्पल थिंग्स आय विल टेल यू. मी आता तुम्हाला आधी मराठीत सांगते. हे बघ, मी अगदी साध्या मराठी शाळेत शिकलेली मुलगी आहे. 10वी पर्यंत मी मराठी शाळेत शिकले होते. काही सायन्स विन्स सुद्धा इंग्लिशमध्ये नव्हतं. पण आज जगामध्ये असा कुठल्याही देशामध्ये मी जेव्हा जाते तेव्हा कोणालाही कळू शकत नाही की मी एका मराठी माध्यमात शिकलेली आहे. टू एनी कॉर्नर ऑफ द वर्ल्ड, टू एनी ऑडियन्स, when I address, nobody can make it out from my speech and my conversation that I have taken my education from a vernacular school. I have a vernacular school background. I have taken education from regional school background. Simple thing lakshat thev. See, if you really want to be a good speaker in English, number one, you have to think in English. I always tell my students, you have to think in English. What happens? Many a time, you just translate the word from Marathi to English, and then you speak. So English should come naturally to you so that you can speak. So I always give this example to my student that when you will start dreaming in that language, you will know the language. इंग्लिश मध्ये स्वप्न पडली पाहिजेत रुपेश तुला, तेव्हा तुला इंग्लिश येईल. आता हे झालं साधं आन्सर, बट टू गिव्ह यू द स्पेसिफिक आन्सर, लेट मी टेल यू. I would like you to listen to suppose, I don't know which television channel you like. NDTV has got that way good English, so you can just go on listening to NDTV. Then secondly, you go on reading every day, read a newspaper, English newspaper, so that you will improve your English. And number 3, whenever and whichever time you get an opportunity to talk in English, just go on talking in English. That is the way. There are many courses available on YouTube which you can join, and you can just improve your English. Watch English movies, watch English song, listen to English songs, then read At least read newspapers. I don't know what background is yours, Rupesh. So I don't know whether you are from which faculty also. But I can tell you and I can assure you that if you just go on listening to news channel, any news channel you select, I'm not telling you about BBC. Don't you listen to BBC or British Council, that particular channel, British channel. You just listen to NDTV or any of our Indian English channel and just go on listening to it. Secondly, I'm repeating it every now and then. I'm so sorry. I'm a teacher. So the teachers will understand that we teachers have got an ability, what should I say, a habit of repeating things. So read the newspaper in English and don't ever lose any single opportunity to speak in English. Start speaking in English with your friends. Okay. Actually, I cannot give the full answer in this particular session, but this is what I can say. Thank you. Anyone? Any other question? How to handle peer pressure? I get timid whenever I am around someone who has higher positive aura than mine. Oh. Okay. Yeah, you can choose any paper whenever I get someone who has a higher positive aura. Okay. Devayani, you have said that you get timid whenever you are around someone who has got a higher positive aura. I tell you, when you meet a very influential person having a higher aura, you are saying, you can do one thing. Don't be timid. Okay, don't become timid. How can you get away and get what should I say? Get rid of this problem. I can tell you. You just do one thing. You try to emulate. I'm saying emulate the good quality that is there. Just try to observe that person who has got a great aura. Just observe that person. And when you observe that person, you will understand this is the quality which is the best in this person. And then try to emulate as example in your life. Try to, imbibe that quality of that person in your life so that you will not feel timid. First, have respect for that person, number one. Number two, try to imbibe that quality. Just observe what is the thing that is making you timid. Remember one thing, he makes you timid because of his aura. So he makes you timid. That means that he has got something which you do not have. Obviously, this gives you insecurity. So rather than developing this insecure feeling, yes, Devayani, rather than developing this feeling of insecurity, I will suggest you to observe that person, to observe his behavior, and try to pick the one quality which is lacking in you, try to develop him, try to follow him, and imbibe the quality in your character and in your personality. That's the answer to your question, Devyani. I hope you got it. Anything else? There are many people. Okay. I don't know if it's a drawback. Handle peer pressure. I'll come to it. How about writing 5 hard words? Okay. So one question is from Aishwarya, how to handle peer pressure. Okay, let me answer this question. Why do you get pressure? Peer pressure means what? The pressure of your friends. Why do you get pressure? You get pressure because your friends, they succeed and you do not succeed. They go ahead and you do not go ahead. Remember, now the time was very short for me. Okay, I will come back to you, Tupesh. So, what was your question? Peer pressure. So what I feel is, rather than, again, actually, I have answered Devyani the same answer, but the same answer is applicable to you. That is, when do you develop pressure? You develop pressure when you get and develop an inferiority complex in yourself. Inferiority complex म्हणजे न्यूनत्वाची भावना. So when you develop that inferiority complex, why do you develop that inferiority complex? Just because you do not have or the quality or the success that particular person has achieved, you have not achieved, number one, or something which is there in that person you don't have. And that's why, suppose, peer pressure can be of anything. If in a group of 4 students, one student is a very good speaker and you are not, then you get an inferiority complex. You develop that inferiority complex, and because of that complex, you develop your pressure. Your stress level goes high. So you are responsible for everything. So what I feel is, if you get pressurized by someone else's good quality, try to emulate it. The same answer I gave to Devayani. So just observe that person and just try to understand why you get pressure when you are amongst the company of your friends. So you will get the answer yourself. You will have to solve your own question. The key is with us. Okay. So all the keys are with us. We just have to use the proper key for the proper lock. That is, you should understand what is lacking in you and you should give and devote time to that. Shivaji Rao Bhosle. Who was he? Late Shivaji Rao Bhosle was a very great influential orator of Maharashtra. He was a, काय म्हणायचं त्याला, साक्षात वागीश्वरीचा आशीर्वाद होता त्यांना. So this particular person, he had the pressure. He had the inferiority complex that he never used to speak in front of the public. He couldn't even speak amongst his relatives. The same person, what he did, he just, he shared away this inferiority complex. There was a small hillock, Choti Tekdi. There was a small hillock near his village. Every day he used to walk alone on that hillock, sit on there somewhere, and he used to speak with the mountain, that is the hillock, the trees, with the sky and the birds, and he used to talk. And he never remembers. He remembered, means when I met him personally, he never remembered the day when he became an influential speaker. So he developed himself. He was never a good orator. He developed himself and he just came out of that inferiority complex. So remember, you get peer pressure, or what Devayani said is, because you develop inferiority complex in yourself. So remember, if you want to be a good leader, you do not have an inferiority complex, but at the same time, you do not have a superiority complex also. Because I said that a good person, good leader is very humble. I gave you the example of Akshay Kumar, Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Yes. So they are humble. Yes. So they do not have the superiority complex. Because if you have got superiority complex, then you become arrogant. Arrogance is a very bad quality. You cannot be a good leader if you have arrogance. Arrogance, uddhatpana. You have to shade away that. So you should not have superiority complex or inferiority complex, but you should believe in yourself. That is my answer. I hope I answered your question. Oh, Shukriya has said that there is so much in mind, but I cannot deliberate to the other person how to overcome this. Okay. See, actually precision, you are lacking, Shukriya, in precision of thoughts. So for that, the most important thing is that you have to, first, you have to read a lot. You have to read a lot, because the reading gives you precision in thought. See, remember one thing, you can be a good speaker. You can be a good speaker. Actually, you asked me a question, how can I be a good speaker? Because once you face a person, you forget everything. This is what you want to say and convey to me. The thing is that you have got that fright in yourself. You have to just shade away that fright of speaking. You feel that the other person is superior to you. So remember one thing, again, the problem is of inferiority complex. So you have to believe in yourself first. But you can believe in yourself only when you read a lot, write a lot, listen to a lot. See, language can be developed only when you listen to a lot, read a lot, write a lot, speak a lot. So when you say that you have mastered English language, that means you have mastered 4 language skills, that is listening, speaking, writing, and reading. Sorry, listening, speaking, reading, and writing. So 4 language skills. So my answer to your question is, you will have to develop yourself. You can develop yourself only when you become a good listener. So I asked you to listen to English or listen to good things, that is, listen to news, suppose, then read something, go on reading, then go on writing something, and go on speaking. So these are the 4 language skills that you will have to develop, so that once you develop all them, and when you master a language, then you don't have a problem of answering questions. Okay. Anything else? Yes. My pleasure, dear students. My pleasure, Aishwarya, Shukriya, Pavan, Tupesh, Devyani, and all those who asked me questions. Aman has said, what about writing 5 hard words per day? You can have your own theories, and you should also, you should always develop your own self through your own things. So yes, Aman, if you think that you can develop by writing 5 hard words, but rather than writing 5 hard words means the words you don't know. Hard words means the unknown words you are talking about. So what I feel is, Aman, rather than just writing the words, I will, being an English teacher, I will say that writing hard words, rather than writing them, use them in your speech, use them in your writing. Okay, whenever you write something, just try to use these words. Okay, or in your daily conversation. Can you suggest some help books or book for skill development that may help anyone? Okay, I will send. Yes, I'll send some names of books to you, surely. Have you read You Can Win by Shiva Khera? It's a beautiful book. You can develop your English. And you can develop yourself as a human being. You can be successful, and you can be a good leader if you read that. Thank you, Aman. I think we're over to you.
Thank you, ma'am. It was really a very mind-blowing session, and we got a very overwhelming response from the students also, from the participants also. Surely, due to the lack of the time, it is not possible to continue for a long time. So we are at the now end of this 3-day workshop, and really the participants might have got very much benefited because of all the resource person that we had during these 3 days. One very important announcement for the participants. The link for the feedback will be shared with you shortly on the Telegram group. So all the participants need to fill in the details in that form, and need to submit that one for getting the certificates. Now, to put a formal end to this workshop and today's program, I request Dr. G.K. Chalindrawar to propose a vote of thanks. Over to you, Dr. G.K. Chalindrawar.
Chalendra sir, you need to unmute yourself first.
Ganesh sir, please unmute yourself first of all.
Hello.
Yes, sir. You are audible.
Sir, okay. Thank you very much, sir. Good evening, one and all. It is my privilege to have been asked to the purpose a vote of thanks on the occasion of the jointly organized workshop on the soft skill development by MSP Mandal Sri Shivaji College, Parmani, and JM Patel College, Bandara. On behalf of MSc Mandal Sri Shivaji College, Parbhani, and the JM Patel College, Bandra, and the entire fraternity of the management, here extend a very hearty gratitude to all the speakers for gracing your crucial work and sharing with us your excellent thought, excellent speech, and you should be inspired towards students as well as the faculty members. Especially, I would like to thanks to our honorable principals and the dynamic personality, Dr. Bihu Jadhav sir, and also I would like to thank honorable principal Dr. Vikas Bomne sir, J.M. Patel College, Parbhani, and also their entire staff from the college as well as the campus for their valuable support as well as a contribution to the grand success of that 3-day soft skill development programs. I would like to give my heartily vote of thanks of today's eminent resource persons, Professors Dr. Shilpagauri Prasad Madam, for gracing a today soft skill development workshop. Thank you very much, ma'am. Your thought-provoking and interesting talk and addressing today's workshop. And also, you given the what are the having the qualities of leadership and how to make the qualities of the leadership among the students. This is a very interesting as well as the informative sessions. I really thank you very much, ma'am, on the behalf of the both the institutions. I also I would like to give my vote of thanks, my dear friends, colleagues, associate professors, and IQS coordinators, Dr. Rohidas Nitunde sir, and also Dr. Karthik Pinekar sir, for a successfully organized that a soft skill development workshop for students as well as the faculty members from overall the Maharashtra. I'm very much thankful to the entire training placement officers, faculty members, staff, technical supporters that made this workshop grand success, and also we inspire and motivation as to the your dedications. I would like my special thanks to all the participants for present to attending this 3 days soft skill development program for a 3, 4, and 5. These are the 3 days we should be given your present is your patience and we should be a good listeners. You and we just learning from this particular types of the workshop. I especially regarding thanks for all the participants, students as well as the faculty members. It your ability that made a very memorable one for this type of the workshops. This is my time to conclude that this 3-day soft skill development workshop. Before I conclude, I take a grant permissions of a chairman to conclude this programs of a 3 days workshop. Thank you very much once again. Thank you each and everyone for attending as well as participating and supporting us to grab the success of this 3-day software workshops. Thank you very much once again. Over to you, Dr. Kitikar sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Once again, the same announcement I would like to repeat here for all the participants. If for getting the certificates, you need to fill in the details in the form that will be provided, that will be shared in the Telegram group. Shall share the form very soon. We shall share the link very soon. So with this and with the kind permission of all the organizers, I declare that this 3-day workshop.
Sir, excuse me, sir. Before that, if there is any message from Dr. Karthik Panikar, sir, I would like him to invite him to pass on the message to the participants.
Sure.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Nothing much. I mean, I'll be posting the feedback form in 5 minutes time. I would request all the students to fill the form correctly, because your information is going to be very important for all of us. And students from J.M. Patel College, they should write down their student ID numbers. Students from Shri Shivaji College should write down their PRN number. And students from other colleges who have joined, if their college has given them any unique ID number, please mention that unique ID number, your correct email ID, because your certificates would be sent on your email ID. We will be sending it in 3-4 days time. So please mention your email ID correctly. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Nitonde sir, for all the technical support as well.
Yeah, thank you. And also thanks are due to our resource person today. Thank you, madam. Thank you, Panikar sir. And thank you, Dr. Gitekar and all the team. Okay. So let's say goodbye to each other. All is well. That ends the workshop here. Let's meet next time in some next activity. Okay, bye.
Yes, sure, sir. Okay.